morning, everyone. I don't have super long to explain this because I'm getting ready, but today's the day. I'm going to be breaking through from the stone portion of the house to the other side, which is now an apartment. The upstairs of those two things have never been combined. It's always been kept separate. The stone portion clearly was built first, and then it was in the 20s. Somebody built what they called an in-law suite attached to the house. And it's completely separate from the stone house. It's got its own kitchen, bathrooms, heating system, electrical panel. Everything is pretty much separate. It's its standalone unit. Now Sarah and I, we plan on someday living in the whole house. Right now the only way over there is downstairs. There's an exterior door on the stone house, and you can walk through that little hallway and get over there. So we knew that we were always going to have to do this, and it's always been a little scary for us, honestly, because it's just a big thing. And I guess with that being said, I have help coming in to help me today. And it's not your everyday normal help. I've got some Amish people coming in to help me. Now, if you're not familiar with Amish people, if you're not, if they don't live in your area, the Amish guy that's helping me this morning, he lives between where I live and the stone house. And he wouldn't ride in my car on the way here. He drove his horse and buggy instead, and it's like 5 degrees outside. Well, this is the big part, and this is where, filming for YouTube, they do not let people take their pictures or put video of them. They just don't do that kind of thing. So I'm gonna respect that, obviously. So what I'm gonna be trying to do is every, 30 minutes, every 45 minutes, I'm gonna be trying to just take pictures of our progress. I guess we'll see. It's a little disappointing. A little bit of me wanted to just do it by myself so I could record the whole thing. Probably would be a lot more entertaining because this is a big deal. I mean, this is a big deal. The goal is to have it framed up so then I can have a spray foam company come in and seal it. Because what's happening, if I look up and through here, I can see the attic to the other side of the house, and I can see the roof vent. So I'm losing all of my heat. Is just a chimney effect right out here. I can actually feel the air moving. Let's get this framed out. Let's get it insulated, and then maybe we'll save some money on heat. Come on in. Hey, before we get too much farther here, can you please go check out Mallard 5 Farmhouse? He is so close to 1,000, and I'd love to be part of the reason of why he hits 1,000. CJ is such a nice guy. His wife is so nice. They have a great channel. I watch all of his stuff, and he just put a great video out about doing an entryway with tile, and it's really good. Tell him 1806 sent you. As you know, guys, I do a lot of these shout outs. I work with other channels all the time, but I just feel like I'm just spreading information. There's so many channels out there, and a lot of times YouTube doesn't push them, so other people need to. And I believe in CJ. He's a totally nice guy. He's sick with the flu, and I would love it if he could just hit 1,000. It would just be amazing. So please take a second and check it out. This is just some good before footage of what the wall looks like before I did anything. You can see the stone wall ends about 3 feet high. You can see the 2 ceiling rafters right there. This is the day that I cut that hole just to see what it would look like in there. Alright, this is about 15 minutes in. We removed the 2 ceiling rafters, and we have removed all of the boards on the old roof deck. This is the beginning of the framing. We had to make every single cut custom. We had to kind of make this whole thing up as we went along. Pretty crazy how wide those decking boards are. They were probably 18 to 20 inches wide, every single one of them. Quick video that I shot. It's not the best lighting. You can kind of see the general premise. Alright, this is where we've got a lot of framing into place now, and you can see the 8-foot high ceiling and how we tied all that together. The old wood that you can see in the back, that is the wall to the addition. We didn't break all the way through, obviously, because my buddy's still there, but we did want to frame everything out, insulate it, get it ready for foam. You can kind of see it's not a huge hallway by any means.
But you can notice the stone wall is still there right now. And those big beams on top of the stone wall, those are all still there. Get a better picture of the beams and the stone wall. Alright, so this was after we cut those beams with a chainsaw, and then we used a sledgehammer and a huge bar to break the stones out. And everything here went completely perfectly. There was no weird shifting or anything that seemed out of order. Everything was secured really well before we cut it. This is a little bit better. You can see the full perspective of what it looks like from a distance. There's a good picture of the stone wall right there. It broke out really easy. If you look carefully, you can see a copper pipe. That will have to clearly come out before I can do too much more.
Hey! I wish I could have showed that, but this is done and it feels amazing because it turned out so good. It's as big as it can be as you're walking through here. And it gives me a little bit more room for some shelving in here for the laundry room. Hallway itself turned out to be 40 inches wide. That will be after sheetrock. It'll be 40 inches wide, which is great for a hallway. Removed all the stone, cut the beams. Everything just went completely without a hitch. Everything just worked perfectly, and it looks great. It looks really good. The ceiling is exactly 8 foot high, which is exactly what all my high ceilings are. Didn't do it on purpose because I figured, you know, this hallway could be anything. It doesn't matter. It could be 7.5 or 9, you know, but it's right on the button 8, which is the same. I've got a lot of foam insulation up, which is going to help as far as when you spray foam, you got to have something to spray too. Everything's going really well. One thing that I'm kind of thinking of is I want to make a doorway in this one part here, and if I do, like, I'll be able to get up and in there, and then I can get into the attic space of the addition. If I do a little doorway here, it's a lot easier to get a stool, you know, step up and in and get in there versus going through a ceiling. And it's kind of like a perfect spot for a door. More than pleased with it. You know, you can really just picture it. You know, just walking right through here, and then I think the door for our bedroom will either be here or it might be a little deeper. It doesn't really matter. The door technically could go anywhere from here to in, you know. It doesn't matter where it goes. It just comes down to preference really at that point. It's hard not to be happy because it just turned out so well. You can see that pink foam. That's just something to go up there to where you can, you know, stick the spray foam onto something. And it's 2 more inches of foam. All day job, but man, it looks great. I gotta run to the bank and get some cash to pay the guy for doing it now, right? For helping me. You don't want the Amish after you.
You said the same thing I told ya. My eyes are clear, there's no secret. I wanna know.
When we went to pay the Amish guy, he was trying to subtract out his lunchtime, 30 minutes, and then for lunch, he only brought a peanut butter sandwich. And I brought food for him. So I gave him a turkey sandwich, and then he tried to take $5 off the bill for that too. Now mind you, he was in his head working for $12 an hour. But I've already talked to Sarah and we decided that we were gonna pay him $15. I just feel like it's a lot more fair for what he brings to the table. So when I met him back at his house, I said, Rudy, you helped me out a lot today. I'm gonna pay you for the full 9 hours. Altogether, 9 hours. It was $140. But you really can't beat it. These guys are hardworking. They know what they're doing. And if you have access to get some help from an Amish gentleman, I suggest you try it because it's a great experience. I think you'll find that the experience is a lot more enjoyable than you would assume.
It's been one... I'm all twitchy. I can feel it. It's been one heck of a day. Started with busting through a stone wall, cutting out huge beams, framing up a strong walkway, and then finishing it off with some makeshift insulation just so we don't lose a ton of heat. I could not be happier. But thanks for watching, everybody. Look at this guy.